is Miguel Matute. I'm an occupational therapist from the University of San Agustin in Florida. And here's my patient, Anthony Valencia. Today we're going to demonstrate 4 different transfers. I'm going to go over as we go. But before, I'm going to go ahead and for the purpose of the video, I'm going to go ahead and wash my hands. So I'm going to show you the 7 different steps. So I'm going to rub my hands. I'm going to interlace my fingers, wash the dorsal of my hands, do circles on each finger individually. Each finger new, so I'm going to rub my fingers on the palm of my hands, so scrub my nails really good. Go the other hand, do my thumbs, and then finally do my wrist. So Anthony, I'm going to give you a brief patient education on the reason why we do transfers. So usually we do transfers to make you more independent around the house. Let's say now you're getting discharged in a week from now, or 2 weeks from now, or today. So I want you to be able to do what is called a functional mobility, so be able to transfer from the wheelchair to your bed, right? And that's what we're going to do today. So before we start, Anthony, I'm going to ask you for informed consent, meaning that I'm going to have the okay from you to go ahead and do those transfers. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's okay.
Okay, so a few things here before we start. So make sure the patient has the brakes on in the wheelchair, so brakes are on the other side too. My patient supposedly has his legs on the swim legs, foot rest. So before we start, I'm going to go ahead and place a gait belt on my patient. So I'm going to ask my patient to lean forward. So lean forward for me. Good. Bring your elbows up. Bring your elbows up. Good. So always make sure you get your gait belt underneath or below your patient's belly button. So you want to get a gait belt a little tight, but not so tight to where your patient can't breathe, right? You go over. So there's some leftover, so this is a quick fix. You go underneath, under, and over. So like I say, brakes are on, so I'm gonna go ahead now and remove the footrest. Just pretend that we have one here. So always make sure you put your footrest away from the wheelchair to avoid any sort of accidents, right, or any faults. So that's one. I'm gonna take the other one here. Just put it away. I'm gonna stand up. And here, notice something. There's 2 ways of doing the transfers. You could do a 90-degree, or you could do 45. So what I mean is that the way you place the wheelchair. So I would do a 45. That's my my way of doing the transfer. That's my preference. So let's do what is called a standing assisted pivot transfer. This is usually done for a patient that has unilateral weakness. Let's pick something. Let's pick total knee replacement. My patient has a total knee replacement. Right hand, right leg, right hand side. So I'm gonna ask my patient to scoot forward the edge of the wheelchair a little bit more. Right there. That's good. So I'm going to ask Anthony to move his right leg forward. Move your right leg forward. Good. And then we're going to use what is called a blocking technique. Blocking technique is basically you put your foot outside your patient's foot, and then you put your tibia across your patient's tibia as such. So you keep the AP extent. And Anthony, what I'm going to do now, I'm going to grab you here on the side with the belt, and then when you do this, you always want to make sure that your hands are supinated, so you get a good grip, right? And then on the count of 3, you're going to be rocking back and forth. 1, 2, 3. You're going to stand up, and then we take it from there, okay? And then one more thing, when we do the stand up, I want you to push down hard on the armrest. These are the armrests. You're going to stand up, and you're going to push it down, right? So on the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Stay right there. Don't do anything. So move your leg, left leg forward, left. Good. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning. Keep turning. So before you sit, don't sit yet, right? So blocking technique. My foot outside, lateral to his foot, my tibia across his tibia. And then Anthony, I want you to feel the bed behind the knees. Do you feel it? Do you feel it, right? Yeah, okay. So now you're gonna reach back down with the arms, slowly, slowly, the other arm too. And you're gonna sit down. Good. So always secure your patient on the gait belt, or by the shoulder, I will say on the gait belt. And always provide your patient with a call-up button. So grab the call-up button. Good. That's transfer number 1. So let's go ahead and do the next transfer. Please stand up. Sit on the wheelchair. Now let's do what's called the standing dependent pivot transfer. Same thing. You're gonna scoot forward. You're gonna be rocking back and forth from the count of 3. You're gonna push down on the armrest, right? So this transfer is usually down for a patient that has bilateral weakness on the legs. So Anthony, go ahead and scoot forward for me a little bit. Scoot forward, good. So scoot forward a little bit more. Right there. So I'm gonna ask my patient to put both feet together, knees together. And then again, remember, on the count of 3, 1, 2, 3, you're gonna stand up and you're gonna pivot, right? You're gonna pivot straight from the wheelchair to the bed or to the mat. Always push down hard on the armrest, okay? So I'm gonna use here, another blocking technique, so I'm gonna block my patient's knees. So on the count of 3, you're gonna be working back and forth. 1, 2, and 3. Good. Move my patient over. Good. Close. So, Anthony, tell me something. Do you feel the back of the bed making contact with the back of your knees, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you safe. So look. So reach down with the arms. Reach down. Good. So always make sure you don't lose contact for your patient. Secure your patient, and provide your patient always with a call-up button. Call-up button. Good. That's transfer number 2. Let's do transfer number 3. You stand up for me, please. Sit back on the wheelchair and let's do what's called a one-person dependent transfer. One-person dependent transfer. So I'm gonna go ahead now, and then I'm gonna block my patient's knees right here. At this point, there's no need for me to tell my patient to scoot forward because my patient has no muscle strength whatsoever. That's what it's called one-person dependent transfer. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab my patient on the gait belt. So I'm going to ask my patient to move forward. So you're going to lean towards your right, and then I'm going to place this hand underneath my patient's leg. I'm going to patient forward. Do the same thing on the other side. You can go around here. Lean over your left. Look over my shoulder. So place my hand under, and that's good forward. Good. That's good. We could always do another pass if you want to. So ask my patient to lean to his right. Look over my shoulder. One more pass. Forward, and then again. Lean towards my left, look over my shoulder, and underneath my patient's leg, you just keep moving forward. Good. That's good. So Anthony, now on the count of 3, I'm going to block both legs. Right, I'm going to block both legs right here. And then on the count of 3, we're going to stand up, we're going to pivot. You could actually, for this video, you could have your patient turning his heels to the direction where he's going to be sitting at. So it's gonna be right here. Move your heels over this way, over that way. Good. So block your knees. On the count of 3. 1, 2, and 3. Good. And then you see your patient. Good. Always put the palms of your hands open your fist so you don't break your wrist. Always secure your patient and provide your patient with a call-up button. So the last transfer, so we're going to do the sliding board transfer. So stand up, Anthony, sit back down on the wheelchair. Good. And then I'm going to go ahead and, for the purpose of this video, this is going to be my sliding board. It's not actually what we use in the clinical setting, but this is what I have for the video. So one thing here, this is done usually for a patient that has an bilateral amputee or just an amputation, sorry, or a spinal cord injury. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove the armrest. This is my armrest, so I'm gonna remove it. I'm gonna put that away from the wheelchair and put it on the table. And then, like I said, this is my sliding board. And then what we'll do now, I'm gonna block my patient's knees. And then I'm gonna ask my patient to scoot forward. Scoot forward a little bit, good. So lean forward, good. And then I'm gonna ask my patient to lean over the right side, So open up the space here to place the sliding board underneath his buttocks, right there, so sit on it. So one thing what I should do now, this hand right here, left hand, is gonna be on the sliding board. But let's pretend the sliding board is all the way out. So never put your hands underneath over or close to the edge because you might smash your fingers, right? So on the count of 3, we're gonna slide over the side, right? You're gonna be pushing down on it, right? On the sliding board. So on the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3, right there. And then one more pass, 1, 2, 3, all the way, good. So secure your patient, the gate bell. Remove your sliding board out of the way. You put it here if you want. And then always provide your patient with a color button. I want to reposition my patient. Open your legs here, open up your legs. Thanks for watching. That's my video for today for my 4 different transfers. Thank you very much.